I usually go through and do some quick cleanup. I'll play the song through once or twice and remove most of the breaths from every track, and I do it as it plays through, so it's kind of wacky. Like, it's going by and I'm quickly clicking and deleting breaths as we go. Except on the solo. So it's just from the backup parts, because when you start stacking like 40 tracks or so and everybody breathes together, you get this massive inhale every time, and it's kind of ridiculous. But people breathe, like singers breathe, so you can't remove every single breath from the entire song, or it sounds weird. So usually the soloist gets to keep their breath. Same thing happens a lot of times with end consonants. So like you have a T at the end of a word, can't. They're never all going to line up. So I usually will go and take those T's out and leave, like, the sopranos will get them or something, because usually theirs are brighter. And then I'll make sure that they all line up, and then soloist. Sometimes it's just the soloist gets that consonant. So we run it through Melodyne, which is an application that lets you do sort of automatic pitch correction. It goes through, and I have some little tricks on how to do it rather quickly, but we go through a section at a time, and I'll play 8 tracks and then pitch correct all those. And what the pitch correction is really doing is listening for what note you're singing and trying to find the nearest note to it and then shifting it. And it usually will smooth out and things like that. I try not to over pitch correct, so it doesn't sound all like T-Pain. Mixing, I'll usually edit up the drums and start to get a rough mix. So it's usually a couple hours to edit the song, and then a couple hours to do a first draft of the mixing. Then I post it online in Producer Link, which is an application I wrote for Facebook. Some of the members of the group will get to, I don't know, as many as you guys want will get to use that. So you go into Producer Link in Facebook, it's just another application, and you can see your project and see all the songs and listen to mixed drafts. So you go through and you'll listen to the first mix, which usually takes the bulk of the mixing time. So maybe if you're doing, let's say, 3 hours per song, 2 hours will be spent on the first draft. And the second, you'll listen to it, and then there's like a place to put tasks. So then you can go and say, at 3 minutes and 52 seconds, I still think the basses or something's weird with their pitch. Or, the soprano ones are too loud at 1 minute and 30 seconds. It's that way there's another set of ears on everything that happens, so you're like proofreading it almost. So you proof through the drafts, and then you put tasks. Generally, I recommend one person in the group does this, or a couple, so that we don't have 20 people saying the same thing, and also look at what's already there. And then I take all those, you change the status to, okay, we're done writing our tasks, and then I go and make revisions, usually about a half hour, and then I post another draft, and we just do several iterations of that. So there's usually 3 or 4 drafts per song, and then when you guys are happy with it, you change the status of the song to complete, and it's done.